Hello, I'm Matthew Malcolm with California Fresh Fruit Magazine, reporting to you here today with Kent Daane from the UC Cooperative Extension, working out of Parlier at the Kearney Ag Center, and from UC Berkeley. We want to talk today about spotted wing Drosophila and cherries, one of the largest pest threats for the cherry crop, right? I mean, it's a high-risk crop that the growers are managing, and that's one of the problems that they're dealing with, right?
So when you said large, it's a tiny insect, but large in importance. Right. And it's problematic for cherry growers, blueberry growers, caneberry, strawberry. The larvae feed inside the fruit where it's hard for any insecticides to get to them. They cause the fruit to rot. And so the spotted wing Drosophila is a little bit different than some of the other Drosophilids because it's got this unique ovipositor, the female, that allows it to kind of tear through the skin of the fruit and put an egg inside, and that allows it to attack the fruit when it's still ripening, whereas the other Drosophilids attack when the fruit's rotten. So when you go into the cherry orchard after harvest and you see the cherries on the ground or older cherries in the tree, you see vinegar flies coming out of those, all kinds of different fruit flies. Those attacked after the cherries split open, so those were not marketable cherries. Spotted wing will go in right as that cherry is starting to turn color. So as soon as you get that tint of color, then the spotted wing can go in, tear that skin open on the cherry or any of the other susceptible crops, put an egg in, the larvae start to develop, the fruit rots, very, very problematic. So since we can't control the larvae inside the fruit, the growers are targeting the adult coming into the orchard. That means they're putting on any of a number of insecticides once that fruit starts to turn color. So as the cherry starts to get just a little bit of red in it, then they're coming in typically with a pyrethroid or an OP sometimes or a carbamate sometimes. But pyrethroids are probably one of the more common materials. And because the spotted wing adult can come in from other areas, that means the growers have to spray almost on a weekly schedule until harvest. So it becomes very costly. It has MRL issues because you've got residue on the fruit. And so we're looking for alternates, and that's why we were looking at biocontrols. And growers are trying all kinds of other tools too. Sanitation after harvest, trying to see where the material is coming from. But right now, the primary control tool are the insecticides. That's why we need alternates.
Right now, do you see it being a bigger issue for growers in the southern San Joaquin Valley versus the northern? Is there a difference?
It's actually a bigger issue for growers on the coast or in the cooler areas of California. That's because when we were down in Fresno, Bakersfield area, the temperatures are just so warm that the population tends to be really low in June, July, August, knocks the population out a little bit. Cherries are harvested very early, so the population's coming from a winter area, coming from someplace where they found refuge. But the warmer it is, the less of a problem this tends to be. So it's a pest up in Michigan, it's a pest in Oregon and Washington, very much a pest on California's coastal areas.
Now, can you tell us anything about trends in the last year, last couple of years, as far as, is this becoming a bigger problem, or are growers maintaining a pretty good control of that with their pesticides?
I think growers are using the best options they've got right now, which is repeated pesticide applications. Everyone is worried about resistance forming. Everyone is worried about MRL issues. Everyone is worried about legislative issues because as a certain category of pesticide goes up in use, it raises some question with any of a number of organizations that are looking to push sustainability on the growers rather than let the growers develop sustainable programs on their own, which is what they want to do. Growers, farmers don't want to spray insecticides because it costs money. Right. They want sustainable options. So they do it because they have to do it. So we're working with them trying to find some of these better sustainable tools. And this is a nationwide effort, a global effort, because this pest has become global in importance.
Great. Well, thank you, Kent. Read more about these things in the coming issues of California Fresh Fruit Magazine. I'm Matthew Malcolm, CaliforniaAgNet.com.